Your comic strip about a piece of strawberry shortcake that says hilarious things to other desserts is going to be nationally syndicated today and appear in over 300 newspapers. And the story is at the point where the piece of strawberry shortcake has to die. And it's going to die in a fire set by a child. Beg her not to go. Tell her you'll stand by her no matter how many children she kills or how wasted she gets. She'll tell you it's too late. Our life is a lie. At that, she'll go outside and spark up or slit the paperboy's throat and saw him apart in the yard. You'll go into your den and turn on the TV on loud, cursing yourself for being so nosy. It's not hard to get a woman to go home with you. You could do it every night if you had the stamina and the drinks money. You live in a windmill? They ask incredulously. You've heard it as a question so many times it's hard not to ask, I live in a windmill? In response. Then they inevitably accept your offer to come see it. They know they're getting married before they turn 30, and they want the story of the time they did it in a windmill. The problem is, Led Zeppelin sounds weird now. More than half their songs don't exist, and the other half sound a little bit like Foghat. Radio stations never say they're getting the let out, because that would just announce they're about to play a forgettable type of pop rock. And while it's not clear how the two are related, Iran is a democracy. All because your mom wanted to do it with Jimmy Page more than she wanted to stick around. You are as sexy as you are terrible at divorce law. You're also real lonely, so when your female clients, half crazed by the emotional whirlwind of divorce, inevitably come onto you, you can't help but respond in kind. You don't have time to go out and meet someone because you're too busy trying not to suck at your profession, an uphill battle. Therefore, when an offer of intimacy comes your way, it's hard not to accept. Tonight, when you use the lamp, you'll discover that all those places in your house are not wired for electricity or neglected on purpose. When the light comes on in the stairway leading down to the basement, you'll see a ghost of a teenage girl. She is blonde and beaming with joy, jumping up and down in a cheerleader's outfit. Her perkiness offends your love of darkness and ruffled shirts. I'm going to call you Jessie because I've always wanted a friend named Jessie. Jessie, I once saw a little boy drowning in a cold river and I did nothing. I just kept walking because I didn't want to risk my own life to save him. The next day I saw that boy was in a car with his parents and they'd driven off the road and into the river. The parents managed to swim to shore, but the boy got caught in a current and was dragged away from it. Even if you're the only one doing it, as long as it gets reported on TV, people will still have something to hope for. When they've suffered the most tragic of tragedies, your generosity will send them to the mailbox every day, hoping against hope to find a big fat check there signed Anonymous. You legally changed your name to Anonymous a couple years back because your work is your life. You're deaf and bitter, and you've been campaigning to make music illegal for years. Your platform is that if deaf people can enjoy music, no one should be allowed to because it's mean to deaf people. Anytime someone challenges you, you accuse them of trying to be mean to the deaf and they relent. Today, the world's governments have figured out a way to shut you up. They're going to pretend to take a vote on your proposal, and they're going to pretend the vote was unanimous in favor. What makes you so sure, she'll ask. You'll shrug and say, just trust me on this. Then tell her to chain you to the couch when the full moon hits. On the night of the full moon, your girlfriend will chain you to the couch, then she'll sit and watch you. How do you feel? She'll ask. You'll say, I feel fine. Oh, wait, 1 second. Nope, never mind. You went to Hawaii on your honeymoon, and as luck would have it, a volcano erupted and killed your husband. He got caught in a shower of lava, and he turned into one of those lava people who get preserved as an ashen sculpture in the exact position where they were standing. You kind of hate going to visit him on that pretty hill, because of all the people who got preserved by lava there, your husband is the only one who's picking his nose and scratching his balls at the same time. Anytime your 16-year-old daughter walks past, your cocktail robot will follow her with its robot eyes, its clunky robot head whirring on its head until its head is turned all the way around. It will always try to offer Christine a gin and tonic, which she thankfully doesn't accept. And yesterday, you found out your cocktail robot can teach itself words. When Christine passed through the living room, out of nowhere, your robot said, beautiful. Today, when the rain is at its heaviest, a bubble bath truck will swerve to avoid a pedestrian and it will overturn on its side right outside your apartment. The tank of bubble bath will capsize, and thousands of gallons of bubble bath will leak out into the sheets of rain. Within minutes, your entire block will be covered in bubbles 10 feet high. All of your neighbors will run outside to play in the bubble bath. Don't return his call for a few days, and then eventually call him and tell him your experience in the morgue has upset you and you need to be alone for a while. Tell him he reminds you of the dead bodies now, so you're not sure whether you can see him again. This might make him call back a few times over the next month or two, but you can get away with ignoring him since he'll believe that you're not calling him back because he summons for you memories of the freshly dead. On his way into the Japanese restaurant, he stubbed his sandaled foot on a large ceramic vase near the entranceway. He swore up and down and started berating a hostess. His rage was unjustified and aimless, like your father's, and so you fell in love. Additionally, before he lost his arms, he was a hitter. Now he only has the mechanical arm, and he's still a hitter. Trouble is, the torque on that arm's hydraulics can take off a head at the neck. Today you're going to get hit by a car, and everyone is going to come to your hospital room and be nice to you for a change. Additionally, Brad, who broke up with you because you weren't pretty enough, is going to come to your hospital bed and beg you to take him back. You'll refuse him, and he'll kill himself. Your brush with death will also open your brother Michael's eyes to the damage he's inflicting on himself with his drug abuse. They let their dinner get cold on the table as they sat in silence, scrunching their eyebrows to discern the unmistakable sound of 2 pairs of feet gently shuffling around the floor at the urging of News. All things must come to a head, said Wendy, and with that they raised their wine in a toast to your night on the dance floor. No more wasting months and months of building false trust between you and a stinky, smelly boy. Now, Christine, you can just pour those hearts out on the table and have your way. Want to light one on fire? Go nuts, Christine. Want to crush a few under the spike heel of your pump? Dance the night away, Christine. You might think I'm doing this just to spite you. To tell you the truth, I don't know whether you're right or wrong. I hate you so much, it's possible I would alter the course of my life just to hurt you a little tiny bit. But I know this, I will never take anything you don't give, and I will do all I can to live my life the way you would. I will not become you. I'll die before I resemble you in the slightest. You won't see me again. Last night, your favorite rock band died. They were coming out of a church when they spotted a kitten meowing in the second floor window of a burning house. Every member of your favorite rock band, lead singer, lead guitar, bass player, drummer, backup guitar, keyboard player, and the guy who plays the cowbells and the maracas swung into action. The lead singer and the bass player joined hands to hoist the lead guitarist up onto the trellis.